Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I typically do. I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do this. I thought about doing like a get ready with me and chatting with you as I just did a little makeup look or something. But then today, the day came and I'm like, you know what? I have something extra and fun that I want to share with you guys. That's a part of all this. And so I figured I would just come and chat with you. So I hope you don't mind if it's just a little me chatting with you about some things that are going on. So for those of you who have been around for a while, and I know there are several of you, you may remember in January of 2019, I decided to go back to work. I hadn't worked for a few years and I was just looking for something to get outside of the house and do. Also, my youngest son needed braces, and if you've had kids with braces, you know that they're very costly. And I didn't want that burden to be on my husband. He provides wonderfully for our family. We live very modestly. We have a small home. We don't have fancy things, and we are okay with that. That is something that we have chosen. We knew before we even had kids that we wanted me to be able to stay home to take care of them and things like that. So these are things that, you know, from the beginning of our marriage, we had these ideas of what we wanted for our family. So that has never been an issue as far as that. My husband loves his job. He's amazing at it. The people where he works, they all love him. And I don't know how you couldn't. He's an amazing man. And I'm not saying that just because he's my husband. If you ask anyone who knows him, they would say the same. He's a genuine person. He is very laid back, which is the opposite of me. So we balance each other out pretty well. Or let's be real, he just helps keep me in check. And he's loving. He's very patient. He is extremely generous. He's just an amazing person. And he loves his job. He loves what he does. So it's not to him, his job is not like a burden to him or anything like that. Like it's something he enjoys going and doing. And he works extra and doesn't get paid extra and things like that because he just actually enjoys it. And so I hadn't worked for a few years. Like I worked midnights in a group home when I had newborns. When I quit working full time when my middle son Riley was just before he turned a year old. So I had a 3-year-old and an almost 1-year-old when I stopped working midnights in this group home. And that was hard. Being a young mom, I had my first son just before I turned 21. And so to have these 2 little kids and work midnights and try to get sleep in and things like that, it was tricky and it was hard work. And but I did it because we needed it at the time. And then I was able to stop working and be able to be home with them. And that was the most phenomenal thing. I am so thankful for all the years that I got to be home with my kids. That was huge for us, that we wanted to be the biggest influence in their lives. And so I am eternally grateful for that. There were sacrifices because we don't have a lot. We have plenty. We have everything we need and more. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel like I lack for a single thing, but I am on a budget and that's the way it is. And I live very happily that way. We both do. And, so January 2019, I decided, you know what, I'm going to help out with these braces and, you know, maybe just get out of the house for a little bit and, you know, just get back into socializing and that aspect. I've always been involved in our church and did Bible studies and I was a youth group leader and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like I was never out socializing, but I just thought, you know, it'd be kind of fun to go out and, just meet new people. I did work in between there. I worked as a preschool aide for 2 years, and I worked a couple years doing food prep for a freezer meal party company. And the freezer meal one, doing the food prep, was my most favorite job I've ever had in my life. The only reason it stopped, it was the last job I had before I started working where I've been working. The only reason I stopped it is because the woman who owned it had to stop, and for personal reasons. And so myself and my coworkers were very sad because we loved that job. I genuinely loved it. I fully believe I would still be working it today if it was still going on. So I took a few years off between that job and then the one that I've been doing. So January 2019. The store where I worked opened the middle of December. It opened December 17th, actually. I started working there January 15th. So brand new place, and got to be part of the core group of people who started it out. And I loved it. It's retail, nothing fancy, but it was close to home, and I just thoroughly enjoyed my job. And over the years, I've seen several people come and go, and it had ended up where the only original people left were myself and the head manager who had opened the store. She had been there before the store even opened, help getting things set up and all that. And they transferred her suddenly, and it was really sad. I was really bummed because we were the last two there from the original group, and I really loved her. She was a fantastic boss. And I have to say though, I love my coworkers. The group that we have right now is like fantastic. I absolutely love them. I enjoy working with every single one of them, and it's just been awesome. However, you know you, and you know what makes you happy. You know what you can handle and when things are too much. And I am the type of person who gets overwhelmed extremely easily, extremely. I have to say, these are the best years as far as with my kids, their ages that they're at. My oldest is 22, my middle son is 19, and my youngest will be 16 at the end of October. And I thoroughly enjoy it. And a lot of that is because there is not the overwhelming amount of things to do for them, for school stuff, for any of that kind of stuff. That was very stressful for me. And that is just my personality. It's just the way I'm wired. There's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way I am. And I know a lot of people are that way. And so that has been something that has been hard for me about working, because I am the kind of person, if I have more than a couple things to do in a week, like places to go, I start to panic. And there is literally nothing I can do about it. It has been this way my whole life. And so even like when I was younger and in school and stuff, I didn't plan, like I had friends and there were things that I did, but I even got, when I was in high school, where I stopped doing, like I had been a cheerleader in junior high and things like that. And I stopped doing those things because I honestly was overwhelmed by the schedule of things. And so this has been a lifelong thing. This isn't something new. And so basically what was happening was I have just been getting where I'm feeling overwhelmed. I only was working 3 to 4 days a week, 4-hour shifts. So let me just say right here, for those of you, because I completely understand, people who work full time are like, are you kidding me, girl? I get it. But something I want to say is, if you are not someone who deals with being easily overwhelmed and, have it cause anxiety and stuff like that, it's okay to not understand it. It's not okay to criticize it. And that goes for anything that people deal with. You cannot understand something that people go through, but it doesn't give you a right to criticize it. And I have to be honest, there are some people in my life who love to criticize. And they're going to be critical about some decisions I'm making right now, because they've been critical about many decisions I've made. And I can't live for their approval. I don't even want to. I don't care. I don't need their approval. But I know it's coming, and so it's frustrating. And my husband knows it too. We've talked about it. Like he said, we don't care. This is our life. We are happy. Our kids are happy. So it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And you have to remember that. You don't live for the approval of other people. Nobody lives in your home and knows your personality and the things that you need and that your family needs. They don't know, the dynamics of you and your relationships or things like that in your household. And so people can, from the outside, look in and say, this person should be doing this. And why is that happening that way? And, oh, that person must be miserable because this one is doing this or whatever. You don't know people's lives. So don't pretend to. Don't presume to know. So basically, if you haven't figured it out, I am stepping down from my job. And it was an easy decision in one way and not in another. Easy because I know as soon as I put my 2 weeks in, it was like the most ridiculous just weight being taken off of me. Like I felt myself feeling joy and feeling more like me. And even though I worked short amounts of hours and days, I'm the type of person where I worked 8 to 12 in the morning. That was what I did. So I would get up at 6 and going to work a little before 8 and work till 12. When I come home, I'm dead. I'm done. Because when I'm at work, I work really hard. You could ask any of my coworkers. I work very hard, and a lot of physical things. And something else I'm noticing is my joints have been really hurting me, and my hands from ripping open boxes and stuff, which is kind of freaking me out because a lot of people in my family have arthritis, so it's making me a little bit nervous. But physical, I'm going up and down ladders. I'm lifting heavy totes of stuff and whatever, and you're on your feet the entire time and that kind of stuff, which I like. I mean, I actually love doing that. But I work hard when I'm there. And when I get home, I'm tired and I'm not going to start a project. And so there's things that I've been wanting to do around my house. I'm not going to do it if I'm coming home from work like that because I'm tired. And all I really wanted to do, I started finding myself wanting to take naps. I have not done that since before I had my thyroid surgery, when I was just exhausted all the time. So I was like, okay, here's what's going on. Either my thyroid stuff is acting up and I need to have my levels checked. I mean, I probably need to anyway, to see if I need my medication adjusted, or I know me and I know what's happening is it's not depression, because it's not. I wouldn't classify it as being that serious, because depression is very serious. And so I don't want to say that. But it's just not feeling me. And so then I get where I'm like, I will want to take naps more, and I'm not as interested in doing different things. And that was seriously starting to bother me because I am feeling myself slip away, and I don't want that. And my husband was seeing it too. And he started saying to me like a month ago, I think you should quit your job. And I was like, no, I like my job, because I do like my job. And he's like, yeah, but you're getting where it's like you're starting to dread going, and it's keeping you from doing stuff you want to do. Another thing was, I was in the best shape of my life when I started this job, and I have put on so much weight, and like 20 pounds, and just things have changed. I've lost some of the things that I used to do. I like exercising regularly. I don't do that anymore. I liked preparing food for my family, like meals. I hardly ever want to cook. And I feel really guilty about that, because my husband would get home from work and he would make dinner. And that's not fair. He's been working all day. And so it's just things like that I know that we've seen, change in me. And, it's just something I don't want to do. One of the biggest reasons that I wanted to leave my job is I'm working with the public. Anyone who works with the public or has worked retail or service industry or anything like that knows there are a lot of very rude people out there. There are such miserable people, which makes me feel terrible that people live such sad lives that they want to inflict misery on other people. I just think it's terrible. And what happened was, I started finding myself, I'm irritable. And my first initial thought when someone would come into the store is, ugh, I don't want to be that person. That's not me. And so I am just finding myself like just constantly like on edge, I'm expecting people to be rude to me, because that is how many rude people there are. Like, I'm not kidding. The majority of people are rude, and it's sad and it's awful, but I got where I just like, I don't want to be that person who my initial thought about everyone is they're rude. They're going to be mean to me. And then it was like someone would be nice, and it's like, okay, because I'm nice to everybody. It is not my personality. You can be rude as heck to me. I'm not going to be rude to you. You could probably make me cry. Actually, that was something I was worried about when I started the job, because I've gotten a lot better about that, about realizing that when people act that way, it's their problem, it's not you. That has helped me a lot. But I am somebody who can get my feelings hurt. And I found myself, though my feelings aren't hurt, I'm just annoyed with people, and I'm like, whatever. It just has made me feel like I'm becoming somebody that I don't want to be. And so those things all combined kind of were the catalyst that made me decide it was time to let this go. And even though my husband was trying to tell me like a month ago, I think you should quit. I was like, no. I like it. I can't picture not being there doing this. I can't picture not. Honestly, if I could have a stock job and not do, being a cashier, I'd stay at the job. But the company does not allow that. You have to do everything. And so, unfortunately, I would have been a really good hard worker for them. I mean, I was a good hard worker for them, but I would have been busting butt, getting stuff done. And, you know, I'm loyal, I'm dependable, I'm whatever. Like, I'm there when you need me to be. I would stay late sometimes to help with stuff if trucks came and it was the end of my shift and stuff like that. But they don't care. And so, not the people personally in where I work, the corporation as a whole. And I also just felt like the corporation as a whole does not value its employees, which I know is the deal with a lot of big corporations. So that's not unique, unfortunately. But it was just time to go. It was time to go. And I am so happy that I made that choice with the encouragement of my husband to let it go. And so again, this is a decision we made together, that he was encouraging me to do. And we already know, like, this is hilarious. So part of the reason I've gained weight is because I'm looking at, it's a retail place. It's got everything. It's got food. It's got whatever. Not like a grocery store, but I'm not saying where I worked. It's just for, you know, safety reasons. But I would see food all day, and I'm like going home with snacks all the time. So I gained a lot of weight. Also, almost every day when I leave from work, I'm buying something. I'm spending $10 or more, usually between 10 and 30 on stuff. Well, guess what? When I stayed home, I didn't spend money hardly at all because I wasn't out seeing stuff. And so I didn't care. And so honestly, the amount of money that I've spent since I started working there, I probably, spent back half of what I would make. So it kind of was like getting to the point when we're weighing things, like, does this even make sense? Because if you're enjoying it, great, fine. But if you're not, what's the benefit, you know? So yeah. So that is what I'm doing. Like I said, I know there's going to be criticism from some people, but they don't live in my house. They don't, my husband and I have an amazing relationship. We have so much dang fun together. He, like I said, encouraged me to quit this job. We work together on things, and, you know, I have my responsibilities in our household and he has his. And I wanted to also, okay, this is going to get really long. Sorry, you guys. I hope I'm not boring you to death, but, a big part of it too is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, about how life used to be. Women were the homemakers. They stayed home and they prepared meals and they kept their house clean and, you know, just kept their home being a haven for their family to come home to. And we have lost so much of that because our culture is all about bigger and better. But to have bigger and better, you have to work more. So both parents have to be out working. And please understand, I know some people have no choice. I completely understand that. So please don't take that the wrong way. And some people want a career. That's fine. I'm not criticizing that either. But there are so many people who don't want to have to work, who would rather be able to be home with their families and don't have that option. And, you know, being able to have that option to be able to be home and create that safe haven in my home and just that comfort and that coziness, that means so much to me. And so I am so incredibly thankful and blessed to be able to do that. And again, some of it is because of sacrifice. I don't even want to call it sacrifice because to me it doesn't feel like sacrifice. Some people it would, but as far as like the amount of money that I have to play with, or having a big house, which I wouldn't want to clean it anyway, so I don't even want one. And my kids are older, so we don't need a bigger house, that's for sure. But I think we've just lost so much of that, you know, women being home and being the homemakers, and you know, their kids coming home from school and you have a snack for them and you help them with their homework. So many parents are off working and don't have time to do that, or their kids are in daycare. And like I said, some people have no choice. I fully understand that. But if you do have the choice, that's a choice I want, is to be home and make my home that kind of a place for my family to come home to every day. Hey guys, just had to break in real quick here. Please excuse this. It's my first day not working and I'm at home doing stuff, and so I'm wearing a black shirt because I thought I was just gonna be at home. I told you wouldn't see me in black shirts anymore. I lied. But anyway, I realized as I'm editing that I forgot to mention to you something that I really wanted to tell you about, and it is about this homemaking and being a homemaker and just the value in it and finding joy in it. And my friend Joy, Her channel is Organized with Joy. She just did a video a couple weeks ago on this that I thought was phenomenal. It was very touching to me, and I knew would be to other people who are homemakers, or you can be a homemaker even if you work. It's not so much just that, but a lot of people who, when they are just staying home and being a homemaker, a lot of people don't value that. And I loved the way she did this and to talk about how to make even like the mundane tasks of being a homemaker something special. And so I am linking that here, and it will be down in the description box. I would love for you to check out that video. I really think she did a phenomenal job, and she's like the most lovely person. I absolutely enjoy watching her so much. And so I think you will too. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and insert that here so that you can check that out, because that was something I had asked her ahead of time if it would be okay if I linked her video, because I felt like it went along with what is on my heart right now. And so I wanted to be able to share that with you guys. So excuse all this. All right, back to the video. And so I'm thankful to be able to have that opportunity. So I thank my husband so much, because he is like, he was cheering with me today. Like, he's all excited, you know, whatever, that I get to be home now, and he knows, he can see the joy. He knows me. He knows Danielle. He knows what makes me happy and joyful. And I am a very easy person to make happy. So, yeah, I'm just really excited about it. So a couple funny things that I will share with you real quick. I cannot wait. I was freezing, so I put this jacket thing on, but I can't wait. You know how you've been seeing me in black shirts for like the past 2 years, 2.5 years, over 2.5 years. It's 2 years and 8 months actually. Well, guess what? I'm not going to be wearing a dang black shirt unless it's like a really cute one or underneath something, because I am so over seeing myself in black. The only good thing about it is I could do any makeup with it because anything matched. But I am cracking up. So I have all these shirts from work, or that I had for work. And these are ones that I already wore this week, but I'm like, I'm not washing them because I'm throwing them away. Every single one has, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, these little holes like this right in the front, and it's from cardboard boxes and the big plastic totes that we get all our stuff in. But I am like cracking up because it's like on every shirt, these holes and this like worn spot. So I cannot wait to get rid of. I'm throwing away all those shirts. Nobody else wants them. Like, you can't donate them. These hideously ugly capris. I don't wear capris, but guess what? In the summer when it's really hot, I guess we could wear shorts, like if they went to your knee, but I look terrible in shorts. I don't like shorts. And so this was the closest I got to shorts. They're faded. They're awful. I don't like them. They're being thrown away. I was like, woohoo, I can't wait to get rid of this stuff. So getting some stuff out of my closet that I didn't even want there to begin with. But here's the fun part that I wanted to share with you guys. Like I said, I love my coworkers. They are amazing and so sweet. And they were having a hard time that I was leaving, and I'm having a hard time because of that. Like, that is really the only reason that I feel that way. And so I was working with one girl this morning. One of the other girls came in because she was like, I have to come in and say goodbye to you. I worked with her earlier this week, 2 days. And I was like, I'm going to be around. Like, I live close by. I will come in. Like, I'll see you guys. And she's like, yeah, but it's not the same as working with you. And I totally agree, because they're just so awesome. And so she came in this morning, and all of my coworkers, well, there's 4 of them, pitched in and picked out gifts for me. And so that I went in, and there was this big bag in the office that they're like, okay, you get to open it. And you guys, I am so overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness here. Like, I'm serious. I could not believe it. As soon as I pulled the tissue paper back, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you are so thoughtful. Like, that is so huge to me, because they pay attention to, you know, things I talk about that I like, or just things that they know about me. So first of all, my manager, Will, he used to be my assistant manager. When our head manager, Amy, got transferred, he became manager. And he knows I've worked with him the most. And he knows that I do keto and stuff like that. So he was like putting his input in on that. And like, I just love stuff like that like they pay attention and care about me like that. So I just wanted to show you guys what my little work family got me. And that's what I said. We're like family. We totally love each other. And I know we're going to be talking to each other. We've all got each other's numbers and stuff. So it's not like goodbye. It's just, I won't be working with you. But so they got me these keto fat bomb snack clusters, which I have not even had these before. They look delicious. Caramel nuts and chocolate. I will take it. So awesome. And then these girl that I work with named Carly, she is like, I know you buy those, so I knew you would like them. And so they got me these because they only have 5 grams of net carbs with one of these, and they're phenomenal. There's cinnamon ones and brownie ones, and to have with a cup of coffee in the evening, because I'm like, I need something sweet with my coffee in the evening. And then I'm sure this had to do with Will, because he pays attention to that I get these. So the bubbly, it's the caffeinated one, and this one's mango passion fruit. This is the only one that they kept cold in our coolers at work, so I would get that sometimes. And then the sparkling iced caffeine ones, oh my goodness. So black raspberry, and there is a cherry vanilla that is my absolute favorite. But I thought that was so cute that they got me some of my snacks that they know that I like. And then, I can't wait to show you guys. This is so sweet. So they know that I'm girly. So they picked this because they know I get migraines. So they got me the satin sleep mask. So they're like, you can use that when you have a migraine and you need to keep light out. Do you see what I'm saying about them being like so thoughtful? Like, they're thinking about me and things that they know about me, and giving me gifts that are things that matter to me. Oh my goodness, it's so important when you have people that like, they were like, we just want you to know how much we appreciate you. And like, that is so huge, you guys, to work. And you know, it's like, you don't work for appreciation, but when you get it, and they don't owe me anything. They're not like some bigwigs in the company that need to show me appreciation. I mean, not that they do either, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just to feel loved like that. I'm just overwhelmed by it. And so they got me the set of hand creams. They know I'm like the girly girl, right? And then they know I like to do my nails and do gel nails. So they got me these for doing your soak off. And then they got me some nail polishes, which I thought was so cute. They're like, we didn't know what colors you would like. I'm like, I like anything. So there's this really pretty silver one. Is it silver? I'm like, I feel like my eyes are all weird. Bright Side, it's called, yeah. And then this one is called Ravish, which, as you can see, I did my nails the other day. It's the first time I've done them in a long time, and that's something I want to do more because I haven't been doing it. And so I'm excited to be doing that more. And this one is Grape Getaway, which I love. It's such a pretty, and this is such a cool fall color, I feel like, too. Actually, they all are. And so those are awesome. And then they got me, this is so stinking cute. Look at this cup. It's got like confetti in it. And I love the little black and white striped straw, but this is so dang cute. I'm totally gonna drink it, take pictures, and send to them. And then, as if that wasn't enough, they got me a $25 Visa gift card. Like, are you kidding me? So that is what's been going on with me lately. I said I was going to kind of tell you something that was changing in my life, and that's it. I think it's going to open up great things for me because, well, I know it is. The projects that I've been wanting to get done around my house that I haven't been doing them fully because I don't like to be interrupted. They would tell you at work. That's my big thing at work. I'm like, when I am working on something, if I can do it without interruption, I can knock stuff out. But when I keep having to go up to the register to ring people up, it throws me all off. And so I'm the same way at home with stuff. So, you know, working in the morning, I would come home, I'm not going to work on something. And then like the day before, you know, if I didn't work the day before, I'd kind of start something, but it's like I didn't really want to get too deep in a project because I know the next day I'm not even going to do anything on it. So it's dumb. I get it, but that's just the way I work. That's the way I operate. And so I'm excited because now I'm really going to be able to tackle all these things that I've been wanting to do. I've already been working at decluttering my house and kind of minimalizing, something like that. And so I am super excited about that. And it's going to give me the opportunity to do more content, different content. I already have some ideas in mind that I'm excited about. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited for the changes that are going to happen and the opportunities. And I hope I didn't bore you guys to death with this video. But I thank you guys so much, those of you who have been here along with me. And I just want to share with you guys when things are going on with me. And I want to be honest about who I am and what I feel. And, you know, things that maybe I struggle with or whatever like that. Like, I thrive at home. I just do. I thrive at home. And I'm excited to get back into meal planning and just doing special things for my family that I feel like I've been neglecting. And so I'm really excited about this change, and I don't really care what the naysayers have to say. And yeah. So you shouldn't either. You know your life. Don't let other people try to tell you how you should live it. We only get one. If we're trying to make other people happy, we are failing miserably, because we're never going to be able to do it. And that's not what our life is about. And so, yeah, I feel very confident. I've prayed about this. This is not something that I just am like, whatever, I think I'll quit my job. So yeah, I'm really excited. And I thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. And I can't wait to see what's ahead. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.